there everyone, this is Untouched ASMR. Today we are going to be doing a roleplay video where I'm going to be doing kind of a Thanksgiving menu planner type of roleplay. I thought this would be fun and different. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing. If you are new here, I do just want to let you know that I do have a Patreon channel. It is a very nice place where I have great discussions with my patrons, and there's a lot of exclusive perks. If you're interested in that, there's going to be a link in the description box down below, as well as up here throughout the course of the video. I'm very grateful for any amount of support, even just viewing this video, and so I'm deeply grateful, so thank you so much. So yeah, let's hop right into the video. I don't want to keep you waiting. And I have my tea, which is piping hot. I have my Lipton black tea, and I have a beautiful candle here. That's kind of, giving some ambiance. And then I have my notebook to write the choices. And then I have my computer with my script off to the side and some writing utensils. So let me lower this brightness for you just a bit. There we go. So that it is more enjoyable for you to sleep. Okay. So my eyes might be cut off a little bit, but I just wanted to get this whole view. So, okay, let's get started. Hi there. I'm so excited you're here. My name is Untouched, and yours? Okay, Mary. Perfect. It is so nice to meet you. Today we are going to be doing the menu planning for your Thanksgiving feast. Yes, I'm so sorry about that plane. Thanksgiving is just such a special time of year, isn't it? Yes. Gathering loved ones and creating those warm, comforting dishes that fill the house with the most inviting aromas and memories for us to enjoy for years to come. It's really such a wonderful holiday that is taken time to appreciate and be grateful for everything you have in your life. So with that being said, I do have everything we need right here to plan the perfect menu for you, for your celebration with your family. So let's just take it one delicious step at a time, okay? Perfect. And can I get you any coffee, tea, water, any beverages? Okay, no problem. If you would like something, please let me know. I am going to be sipping on my tea, possibly. And I don't want you to feel left out, so if you would like any, please let me know. Okay. I would like to begin with the star of the show, the main course. And then after that, we will layer in the sides, appetizers, desserts, and even a few drink options to tie it all together. Okay, so let's dive in if you're ready. I just need to find a good writing utensil. This one looks good here. Okay. Okay. So for the centerpiece, are you envisioning a traditional turkey? There's something so timeless about a golden brown bird, the skin crisp to perfection, shimmering with butter and herbs. Yeah, okay. Yeah, we can even put some fragrant sprays of rosemary and thyme there, and even a few roasted citrus slices for a pop of color and brightness. Oh, I love that idea. Yeah, let me write it down. Okay. And how about the preparation? Would you like to brine it? Typically, a cider brine would infuse a delicate sweetness to the turkey. It would balance by a touch of salt and spice. Or we could go a different route and do a dry rub. That's more on the bold and earthy side with smoked paprika, some garlic powder, and even a hint of cayenne pepper. That will add a tiny bit of spice, but more on the side of warmth. Okay. Okay. Now, for stuffing, would you like it inside the bird or would you like that baked separately? A rustic sourdough stuffing with caramelized onions we could do, some celery, and to make it a little bit more uplifted and upscale, we could do some dried cranberries. That would pair beautifully with everything else, especially with the cider brine. Okay, you got it, Mary. Okay, so let's do the sourdough stuffing inside the turkey. Okay, one moment, please, while I sip my tea. Thank you for being patient with me. And just to confirm that we are sticking with the turkey, but if you would like to do a second main course, whether it be for an additional meat or because of the large crowd you may have, we could perhaps do a honey glazed ham. Picture the glaze, amber colored, sticky, sweet, with a brown sugar coating and Dijon mustard. The edges slightly caramelized. It's always a crowd pleaser. Maybe? Okay. Okay. Now, let's think about appetizers, okay? So, the key here is to satisfy the appetite enough to hold everyone over, but not to fill everyone up before the feast. So one option that we've been typically recommending to our clients is to do a rich, creamy butternut squash soup, which is very festive, served in a delicate shot glass. So you can imagine the orange color, golden orange, with a silky smooth texture, and a dollop of creme fraiche on top with a sprinkle of nutmeg. So what's great about this is it's small enough that it doesn't fill everyone up. However, it is a very nice seasonal appetizer that might curb the appetite just a little bit while the rest of the meal is being prepared. It is a crowd pleaser. Everyone that has served it, it has been a hit, let me tell you that. Okay. Okay, now for something to nibble on, would you consider an autumn charcuterie board? Picture the thinly sliced prosciutto. We can do some aged cheddar cheese with a crumble of sharp blue cheese, a small jar of fig preserves, which everyone loves, and a scattering of some spiced nuts. We could even add a fresh element to that, perhaps some thinly sliced pear, or even some pomegranate seeds, which would tie really well into the season and provide a really nice pop of color. Okay, I'm just going to write all these options here, okay? Okay, now if you are one to prefer a warm appetizer, I was thinking of mini puff pastry tarts with caramelized onions, goat cheese, and a drizzle of balsamic glaze, which is absolutely divine. Or we could maybe do a baked brie wrapped in flaky pastry with a cranberry compote center. Those are both very much seasonal and very fitting to the holiday, but it's a little bit different than the traditional Thanksgiving options that are available. Both of them. Yes, I mean, you could totally do both of them. It's up to you. My preference? Let's see. I feel like you really can't go wrong with goat cheese, caramelized onions, balsamic. Yeah. Perfect. Okay, Mary. Now, let's move on to the side dishes, okay? That's typically the heart of Thanksgiving, what people look forward to the most. So, let me just write some things down here. This is where we can really shine, balancing any traditional flavors from Thanksgiving with a few unexpected twists, depending on what you're comfortable with. So let's start off with a classic Thanksgiving side dish with mashed potatoes. Would you prefer classic? That would be creamy and buttery, perhaps with some heavy cream for extra fluffiness. Or we could do something a little bit more decadent, like truffle mashed potatoes. And that can have a drizzle of earthy truffle oil or freshly grated Parmesan, or both. Yeah, of course. Okay. And what are you thinking about the sweet potatoes? We could do a casserole topped with toasted marshmallows, which is a total classic, but have you ever tried them roasted with a honey bourbon glaze? The sugars caramelize beautifully in the oven and it creates a slightly crisp edge, but it's divine. You want to try that? Okay, perfect. Okay. And do you like green bean casserole? Picture it. Tender green beans coated in a velvety mushroom sauce, topped with crispy fried onions and baked until golden. Or if you would like something fresher, we could totally go with like roasted Brussels sprouts tossed in a maple mustard dressing with a sprinkling of crispy pancetta. Okay, so the green bean casserole might be a little too heavy for you. Okay. Yeah, let's do the Brussels sprouts, of course. Yes, I love Brussels sprouts too. Very underrated. Okay. And I would not like to forget about the bread. It's a very important part of the meal. So, would you like a classic dinner roll, which would be buttery and pillowy soft? Or we could do cornbread, which is golden, slightly crumbly, it has a touch of honey in it. Or we could do another option, which would be crescent rolls or biscuits, something of that nature. Some biscuits, but homemade, of course. So let's add some homemade buttermilk biscuits, perhaps? Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to the grand finale, which is the dessert. Okay, so Mary, are we thinking about traditional pies, or would you like to try something a little bit different? Imagine a perfectly spiced pumpkin pie with a dollop of cinnamon whipped cream, which would be so lovely, or a traditional pecan pie with a filling that is rich and gooey. You're a pumpkin pie lover, of course. Okay. In addition to those, we could try something a little bit unexpected, just because we did go with a few things here that are traditionally not in the Thanksgiving menu. I think that this would be a good time to continue to branch out and try something unexpected. Instead of doing an apple pie, maybe we could do a caramel apple tart. It has layers of thinly sliced apples. It's nestled in a buttery crust, drizzled with homemade caramel sauce. Or, this is something that might be up your alley, a chocolate pecan pie. Dark, indulgent, and has just a touch of sea salt to cut through the sweetness, and it is really just decadent and rich and divine. You're gonna think about this? You do love chocolate. Yes. Not everyone likes pecan pie. The caramel apple might be better. Yeah. Okay. We could also do something like a dessert buffet, if that would be easier for you, which would be miniature tarts, cookies shaped like autumn leaves, or a pumpkin spice cheesecake in a smaller size with a ginger snap crust. What do you think about that? Okay. You would prefer the traditional? No problem. So let's tie everything together with some drinks, shall we? A signature cocktail would be very fun and festive. How about a spiced cranberry mule? That sounds amazing. It's very tart and refreshing. It has a little zing because of the ginger. Or for something warm, we could do a mulled cider infused with cinnamon, cloves, and orange zest. Okay, and for non-alcoholic options, we could do a sparkling apple cider punch with fresh cranberries and rosemary sprigs for garnish. It's very festive and refreshing. Oh, okay. So let's do one alcohol, one non-alcoholic. Okay. You like the cranberry mule? Yes. It's different for sure, because most people will typically go with the apple cider option, which is totally great and all, but this is definitely more unique, and I think people will appreciate that more. And you know, sometimes all the apple, all the heaviness, it can be a little much, so cutting it with something more tart and fresh is, you know, what you need to add to the meal. That's like how cranberry sauce is. Yes, it definitely helps cut all the heaviness from all the Thanksgiving food. So I think it would pair very well with the cranberry mule. I think that's a wonderful choice. And if you don't want to steer too far away from the apple, because it is a traditional flavor that everyone does enjoy, we could do the sparkling apple cider punch for the non-alcoholic option, and that way we can have both. Okay, Mary, that's perfect. And with dessert, coffee is definitely a must. If you have a coffee machine, I would highly recommend doing a pumpkin spice latte made fresh to order, or a chai tea with a frothy top, lightly dusted with some cinnamon. Are those options available for you to make? The pumpkin spice and a traditional cappuccino? Okay. So let's go back and just review everything that we have. Okay, Mary, so for our main course, we have our traditional turkey, and that is going to be garnished with obviously butter and spices, but on the outside you will see rosemary sprigs and orange slices. And we are going to be doing that with a cider brine to retain most of its moisture, and that will make it very delicate and full of flavor. And we are going to be doing the stuffing inside the turkey. And that is going to be a sourdough stuffing, very rustic, with dried cranberries inside. And we're going to have you count how many people are coming. If you do have a lot of people, we will add on that honey baked ham. For appetizers, Mary, we have a butternut squash soup shot. Yes, they're about this big. Perfect as an appetizer. We're also going to be having the charcuterie board with pomegranate and blue cheese. And mini puff pastry charts, the one with the goat cheese and caramelized onions. Yes, it's perfect. I think this is just enough. Yeah. As for the side dishes, we're gonna do everything a little bit non-traditional, still traditional in its base, but kind of fluffing everything up, which is wonderful. We're gonna do a truffle mashed potato this year. And instead of doing a sweet potato mash, we're going to be doing roasted sweet potatoes without honey bourbon glaze. Instead of doing a green bean casserole, we are going to be doing roasted Brussels sprouts. And our bread choice, instead of doing a roll, we are going to go the route of a homemade buttermilk biscuit. And at the end of the meal, the dessert being served will be a very traditional pumpkin pie with some cinnamon whipped cream on top. And for the non-traditional, we are going to be doing a caramel apple tart. And to pair with that are going to be some drinks. So we're going to have an alcoholic spiced cranberry mule. And non-alcoholic, we are going to be doing a sparkling apple cider punch. And yes, if you do maybe like that Welch's sparkling grape juice, you can use that in there. This would be perfect for the kids if they want to involve themselves and have a really nice fun drink to sip on throughout the meal. That would be perfect for them, as well as any adults who don't want to drink any alcohol. And then to wrap everything up, at dessert time, you are going to be serving a pumpkin spice latte and a traditional cappuccino. Both of those are to order. Okay, perfect. So far, I think this is going to be such a beautiful meal. It sounds amazing, and I really thank you for letting me help you craft this menu. Yes, so I used to be pardon me, I used to be a chef, so I have a bunch of good ideas. I don't typically do the cooking anymore in terms of being a private chef or actually, providing people with meals, but what I do provide value is helping craft menus, which is something that I really enjoy doing, especially for those who want to bring their menus a little bit more upscale and try something a little bit different. And I think that worked out for us wonderfully today, don't you? Oh, 100%. I think that your guests are going to love every single bite. So, if you go on my website, there is going to be a recipe for all of these, or you can make it your own, but for all of these, there's going to be a recipe, okay? So just take a look at those, but I am so grateful that you came to me today to help you craft this menu. I hope you have a wonderful Thanksgiving, and I will see you soon, okay? Okay, bye-bye now.